So, apparently we find out more Infinite Frontier, and from what I can tell, it's very interesting. Also, there's so many questions like, what the going on after with this thing? I'm so lost. Hey guys, me on Touch Warrior, and I know how did you change with Infinite Frontier according to one of the writers? Yep. Now, we're doing talk about it. One out of one, all of these, you know, everything you would all the time. However, I about for at the end, definitely, everything given track of GM and kind all the way, and features say that been helping at all. So the fact that we get someone in Frontier is well, helping. But since anyway, so many questions, I'm so low. What the hell is this thing? What the hell is happening? Yep. So, yeah, this should be fun. Again, what I mean by that? Well, you'll find out. So, enjoy my part. Anything news. Yep. So, enjoy yourself. See ya. Autumn. As you can tell from my intro, you can tell I'm really interested about this news. Why? You'll find out. Let's get started. According to the article I have right here from Newsroom.com, and I quote, "How DC will change with Infinite Frontier according to Winter War its writers." Yep. A new era of DC begins March 2nd. With the oversight Infinite Frontier issue 0, turning the page from the Rebirth era and the current future state event, and enter a bold new future that tears down the world between continuity and canon as seen Dark and Devil issue 7. Back to show on DC Infinite Frontier by Joshua Williamson, who picked up after a 5-year run on the Flash title. It's planning to find new part at DC, with one including the already announced new Robin series Damon Wayne, naturally. Yep. Infinite Frontier picks up where Death Metal issue 7 left off, with one about the beginning of journey through Godric Ascension. Before she wanted to learn more about the consequences of changing the multiverse. This is another frame device for the special that previewed upcoming DC Universe story coming out March, April, and even years beyond. Yep. We're enjoying Infinite Frontier Super Liner created by James Tynion, Scott Snyder, Jeff Johns, Dan Marquette, Bendis! And Holy Minutes. Yep. Well, I did mostly over here, but maybe make this short. New York spoke about Infinite Frontier, and looks like he told after what was going on. But he said, quote, "Let's jump right into it. Tell the way about your part in Infinite Frontier is 0. Infinite Frontier was something we had started talking about in September. We started discussing what we wanted to do after Death Metal. I had some different ideas, and because I've been working on Death Metal, I knew how Death Metal would end. I knew some of the plans we had at DC moving forward. So I pitched this project. Like, basically, I pitched what is Infinite Frontier to them. I had some different ideas, started talking more with Scott Snyder, Jim Tynion, and other writing and editorial. All in mind that there was a specific story I wanted to tell with the DCU. Some of the stuff I wanted to do moving the DCU forward. Naturally, yep. Taking some of the pieces that are going out on the table post Death Metal. Take a lot of other pieces and just move them forward. That is what ended up becoming Infinite Frontier issue 0. Some of the stuff we had planned. With the Spine story, I'm actually writing 4 chapters of the Infinite Frontier special. The main story, their words, not mine, he said, I quote, "This as Wonder Woman and Spectre. It takes place immediately after Dark Knight Death Metal issue 7. It's what happened to Wonder Woman after that scene. She's on her way to Ascend as she gets stopped by the Quintessence, I can't pronounce that, sorry. Quintessence, basically. And they offer her a position to be with them. But if you remember at the end of issue 7, she was warned by the President of the Hand and the other side of the Source Wall. She was warned that because of all things they were going to do at the end of Death Metal, to restart the multiverse and make it infinite. Yeah, if you remember at the end of Death Metal, Wonder Woman sacrificed herself to save actually all reality. Yeah, that actually would be the cost. The cost is this. There's going to be some kind of cost. With, before she agreed to keep ascending, she wanted to know what that cost is. And he said, quote, "I have to know what is out there and that what the cost. So Spectre offered to take her on a journey to try and find what that cost is. And that is what takes us across the DCU. All the different chapters that were done by different creators. And we go through the other chapters I wrote. Yeah, like, Family kind of like the whole Wild West stuff that happened during DC Rebirth, but cramming it and at the end of this big 12 chapter epic. Yeah, you heard me, it's gonna be 12 chapters, but we'll get to that later. He always said that, quote, so, I wrote another chapter that I really spoiler if I want to get into it, but he picked up some pieces from Death Metal that's being drawn by Alex Maleev. One in the Flash chapter that is being drawn by Howard Porter that takes some of the stuff, the end of my Flash run, through some of the Death Metal, kind of launches the Flash family in a new direction. He's referring to Wally West. That's my best guess, because remember, at the end of Speed Metal, Wally West did redeem himself on me. So I'm hoping it means actually just when you know we're doing Wally West, you can make Wally West the cat I know love again. Forget Scott Stein! Scott was bullshit. Like, forget that. Yeah, flat forward crap. What kind of stuff I did in all I care? That's so stupid. But there's more. Then we go back to the Spine story with Wonder Woman and the Spectre and what she was able to find, and I wrote an epilogue story that's being drawn by John Romita Jr. Oh my god, John Romita Jr. That is a red flag. I mean, his art is horrible. Look, I've never known me again, John Romita Jr. the person. I'm sure the guy is a nice guy, and that's his art style. But for me, I just can't stand his art. It's just been horrible. Especially when he drew up as Superman. Oh, I really have a nightmare to read that crap. There's more. You know, all that go. With so many clues on the title, what was the collaborative process like? With James and Scott Williams, I quote, obviously I talk to them. We have such a close working relationship. And I talk to James all day, every day. Most of the time, so with James, he and I would just pass back and forth with scripts. James actually wrote the Batman chapter and he wrote the Alan Scott chapter. Okay, so James and I wrote the Batman chapter and the Alan Scott chapter, meaning we're gonna do the JJ stuff on me. Okay, fine, so JJ stuff on me. Wait, does that mean we're gonna get JJ book? If we get JJ book, I'll be happy. There's more. There are many chapters in his book. There are 12 chapters in this book, when you include the Spine. So, with James, we get to talk this stuff out. We would discuss the things we were doing with my chapters, his chapters. I would send him scripts, and he was sending me scripts. With a lot of the other ones, it just depended. Some of the scripts were given to me by the editors. And I would read through the script and say yes and no. And honestly, it was really easy because we kind of set out what we wanted in the beginning. And we said that this is what it was going to be. I wrote the Spine so early that we were able to in some cases, give that Spine over to the other writers. And they could read it and go. Wait, what? That sounds confusing. That sounds like close for waiting to happen. Like, what did that mean? Whatever. There's more. In some cases, give that Spine over to writers. They could read it and go. Okay, I know where this is going and the idea of how Wonder Woman is going across the journey. Yeah, here's the Superman in a nutshell. Yeah, with Red Cloud. Ugh! Why Red Cloud? Red Cloud said all of them. I want her to go away. I did my with John at the 8 episode of that crap. Ugh, I'm so mad about that, but I never let that go. Yep. That was most of my extent. In some cases, I would talk to them, but some of them were very simple. It was like the editor would send me the script, I read through it, and be like, that is dope. I think on a couple, I made like maybe 1 or 2 notes of like. This one thing had to change because of something one woman said earlier. But mostly, it was just working through editorial. What? Wait, stop. Let me get this straight. So, we know Johnny Williams actually do the Wonder Woman stuff and the Flash stuff. Didn't do the Batman stuff. Who's doing the Superman stuff? Like, I don't know if you about that. That sounds really confusing to me because this sounds kind of like a mess waiting to happen. I don't know, maybe that's just me. There's more. There's a particular reason this is 0 instead of issue 1. Just, but I'm not liable to say just yet. I'm not surprised about that. Look, Infinite Frontier is a zero in my opinion, not DC Defining, because Rebirth did the exact same thing with its numbering. There was no DC Rebirth special issue number 2. You had issue 1, the button, and then, well, Doomsday Clock. And that's it. That was what the plan. Well, did more Rebirth, but we'll never talk about that stuff. By the way, you want the feature state stuff? We're about to get to that. Cat said that quote. Yeah, it is Cat as the interview for Comic-Uno. You see that quote. How will the event of Future State connect to Infinite Frontier? Why do you think it was important to have Future State before Infinite Frontier? Williamson said that quote. Well, I think that Future State was sort of in the works for a while. Future State existed before we started really discussing what Infinite Frontier was. Logically, Future State was always going to come out after Death Metal. It was always going to be those 2 months. Wait a second. Wait. Hold it. Stop. Let me see. So you think Future State was already planned from the very beginning? Then what the fuck did Future State begin? That's the more stopgap from the very beginning. I knew it. The second that thing I thought was already announced, it was going to be 5G. But then that plan went to shit because the deal they got fired, and now we're in a ship with no clear direction. Confused? I'm confused. Like, what does that mean? Like, oh, my brain's hurting. Did more. He always said, quote, we hadn't really started talking about what Infinite Frontier was and what we want to do with it until this last fall. That sounds pretty rushed. So, Future State was already in the works, and we'd already been looking to a lot of stuff. I'm talking about a lot of things that were going to be Future State. What? That's like I don't get. There's more. But we always knew how Death Metal was going to end. So knowing how Death Metal was going to end, and then knowing what Future State was, all the things helped inform what Infinite Frontier was going to be after that. What? Wait, that doesn't make, that sounds confusing. What? Oh, my brain's hurting. Let me straight. So Future State was already planned from the very beginning, before Infinite Frontier was even announced. So you're telling you guys were doing Infinite Frontier like last fall before Future State was even announced? What the my brain's so confused. This is like go clusterfuck. What the hell is happening at DC? I feel so lost. Ugh. Yeah, you can tell from my confusion. I'm just lost. What the hell are we talking about? Like, it sounded like Future State felt more like a last minute ability change because it was originally supposed to be 5G. But then 5G got cancelled. They pulled the plug because it was the deal plan. That plan went to shit. So, fuck it. Let's do basically Infinite Frontier and ignore Future State. What the fuck did Future State give it? It's a point stopgap. This thing on conversion all over again. Compared with this stupid event that made no sense. Can I Future State all over event? Yeah, you made a point. Did more. She always had a quote. There are tons of characters that appear on the main cover. Some characters stand out in particular are President Superman, Alan Scott, Jade, Obsidian, and Blue Beetle. Which Blue Beetle? Is it Jaime Reyes or is it Ted Kord? Because if it's Jaime Reyes, I'm happy. If it's Ted Kord, then yeah, fine, whatever. Cool, I'm gonna Ted Kord back. Why can't more Jaime Reyes? Jaime Reyes did another shot, damn it! I want Jaime Reyes a Blue Beetle series. But whatever. It's a quote. You mentioned James is writing an Alan Scott centered chapter of Infinite Frontier. Do the others I mentioned have a role in Infinite Frontier and Strat or the DCU going forward? Williamson said that, quote, well, President Superman is in the issue. He had an important role in the issue, and I'll kind of set up some of the stuff that comes out afterward. There are some major ramifications to the DCU. In this Zero issue, it is just a preview of what's to come. There are major moments that impact all the books. I mean, the stuff that have it in the backstory alone that impact all the back books immediately. There is a couple of the other pieces that you'll see down the line. Like some other stuff with Alan Scott, Jade. Yeah, that's a typo. Obsidian. The moments in there will then pick up a little bit later. The stuff with President Superman, the scene that he's in with the Flash family, and the scene where he's talking with Billy will impact things down the line. Robert Wally! Where's Roy? What the hell? Whatever. Okay, there's Stargirl, infant Stargirl, which, you know what, that's a cool design. I love Stargirl, she's pretty cute, but that's so adorable. Look at that face. That's so cute. Yep, there's more. He always said a quote, "You'll start to see that in the Flash book later. Then you'll see some stuff later in the summer that really start to tie some of the things together. Blue Beetle only had a small scene in this." What? What sucks? What the hell? I want more Jaime Blue Beetle. Give me more Jaime Blue Beetle, damn it. And more. But that is partially because of him having a role in something else later on in the year. Okay, so we will get Blue Beetle at the series after all. Maybe, hopefully, but we'll see. Like we wanted the cover to represent not just this one issue, but also some of the stuff that is coming in DC for 2021. And because of Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, some of the roles later is why we put them on the cover. Okay, that's confusing. Did more. Here's a quote. Did Death Metal take place on Elseworld that is mentioned in the center of the universe? Is that something you've explained? Winston said, if you go and look at the scene at the Coda in Death Metal, they talk about there being two. It's not just the Elseworld. There's another world as well that they're in opposites. There are two poles. Elseworld represents one thing. They say the Alpha world, and then there is another world. We start to talk about more about what that other world is in Zero. They start figuring out what it is. Discussing the idea of the two new places, my bad. The Elseworld and the other one, then what they're going to do about it and what they need to do with the DCU. Next, with those two places, and we kind of get to go on the journey with them. But I don't want to give away all the answers just right out of the gate. Just right here is what is coming. Here's what is going on. I want the reader to go on the journey with those characters as they start to explore this infinite frontier. This infinite multiverse explore what the Elseworld is and what the other world is. Okay. This more to article will be all day. But we also talk about the whole authority as team called totality. Which William said I quote, yes, so in the Zero issue we do go to the totality base, but we don't see that team in that issue. But there will be other stuff with that team down the line. Talia appears in Robin as she appears in the backups. She started talking about her new role, then Talia will start playing a bigger role. What the hell does that even mean? Like, I'm lost. So Talia is part of the whole backup stuff that's happening right now in the Batman books. Well, not Future State stuff, the present day stuff. But also give a bigger role in that. Even if she has Zero stuff, I don't get it. And more. It is interesting with a lot of stuff we are talking about. This Zero issue is really about setting up all the stuff. It will play up even more later. So Talia, she is in the Robin stuff. She talked a bit about the totality and her role in the Robin backups in Batman and Detective Comics. She's in that. Then she will appear in another book later on. She'll be in two different books later on in the year, somewhere in the fall. Then we'll start to explore some of the stuff and her role, because you have to imagine that all these characters are now aware. the totality in particular are aware of a lot of secrets. They are aware of a lot of things that are going on in the multiverse. Not everybody knows about what happened. I think everybody knows what happened in Death Metal. Okay, that sounds confusing and weird, kind of all over the place. But the idea that the multiverse is growing and it's changing, not everybody knows that. That room of people, their job is to make sure that if anything goes crazy, it's going to come with the multiverse. They are the frontline defense. They are the ones that are supposed to analyze what's happening and research it. Wait, why does it remind me more about Marvel than Illuminati? Yeah, Marvel Illuminati, but for DC. Confused? Yeah, I'm confused. Well, this is getting way too confusing. There's more. How will the character respond to that? Some of them are going to respond to a different way. Talia in particular, she's going to respond to a different way than some other characters. She's going to start building something else that gets weird and spoiler stuff for Robin and other books, but that's what's happening with her. I think she is a great character. I really want to do more with her, give her a bigger role in the DCU, and part of what's coming. Okay, so Talia's gonna be a huge part of the whole the whole Robin stuff for Damian Wayne book. You know what, I'm all for that because Talia really needs something to do. Because after the revival and that garbage, Talia really needs something better to do. So you know what, she being the Robin book, I'm all for that because Talia really needs something to do with her character because she's not done shit. Or at the Bat Family book, with the DC stuff. Yep. Yeah, we see, I think that's Scarecrow. Joker, Jason, Damian Wayne, Batman, spoiler, Cass, aka Batgirl, yep. Duke Charlie, aka Signal, Tim Drake, and some other characters. Yeah, we've seen that image before, it's a very cool image, there's more. How would you respond to that? Someone else want to respond to what? Yep, you're right, probably, yep, there's more. Here's you did several with the Death Metal one-shot. Were there any particular phrase from those books that you feel like it would much to include in the material? When is it said, quote, yeah, for sure. I definitely think there are elements of some of the stuff from Dark Knight Death Metal, Speed Metal, some of the stuff from Dark Knight Death Metal Last Story of DC Universe that will continue. Then I look at a lot of the stuff James did with Multiverse End. And then he did Rise of the New Gods. The pieces that were in there will definitely play a part in some of the Infinite Frontier stuff going on next year in the Zero and Beyond. Wait, which stuff will be connected to the Infinite Frontier stuff? Because I'm confused by that. If the Wild West stuff continues, I'll be happy about that because I'm really happy. But I feel the Last Story of DC Universe, if that continues, does that mean we'll get Marvel going and Nightwing to be a married couple? Because I'll be all for that too, that'll be awesome. But everything else, that's kind of like debatable at best. Who knows? Working on Death Metal with a lot of fun and had my hands in all of it. I was working as a consultant on that book. I was reading all the scripts as they were continuing and talking to Edge Hoy about it. And really trying to manage with Gene Scott a story that big. If you look at Death Metal, you can actually read it in the order it came out. Really make sure the pieces fit together. That was a lot of work for us all to do that. So there are a lot of pieces that was spread out, not just the things that I wrote, but some of the things other people wrote that I definitely want to play with next year. Okay. Here's the feature Jessica, a team that had some great chemistry from the get-go. We will see the story fight decay from that series continuing in the Frontier or a future prize. When he just said about that, I quote, they take place so far in the future that it's going to be a while. But I definitely hinted and see the things in there. I think if somebody were to read into it, you would definitely see some stuff that we're building for sure. I love planting little seeds of things, even in my Flash run. There was stuff as far back issue 1 as back issue 9 that I knew I wasn't going to pick up until like closer to issue 100. Really early on. I like putting things in line to dialogue, a panel, or it's a weird, like, one-page scene that I'm not going to pick up for a long time. With those 2 issues of Future State Justice League, I wanted to do a lot of that here. I really wanted to make those issues more about character. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Scott Snyder Justice League. Yay! I'm not the only one who actually was a fan of that book. I love that book. That book is very great. Screw the hate. That book was awesome. Yep. And his stuff was always so big all the time. That I wanted to do issues that were definitely smaller and much more about the smaller. Really, because they were going to have their own books. A lot of them were going to have their own books. Books they were going to be in that I wanted to do, bring it down to just about their interactions, and then just have some fun with it. But at the same time, I knew what we were building, so there are small little seeds of things that are planted throughout those 2 issues that will play a part in some of the Frontier stuff moving forward. My basically they're doing the Hydra Clan stuff. I think they'll probably appear. They'll make a return in the main DC universe. And honestly, I'm all for it. But Hydra Clan is such a great at the concept, a very cool concept by Raven Grant Morrison. I think it was a great at the story by Grant Morrison. By the way, then I can see my opinion in the main DC universe. It doesn't happen, I'll be happy, but we'll see. One of the big characters from Future State Justice League, Jess Chambers, non-binary Flash. In particular, you see more story being explored with them. We don't see them again for sure. I always worry about getting into too many spoilers. Their story isn't over, and if you look in the issue, especially when you get to Future State Justice League issue 2, you see I'm a big fan of them on the character. I written a lot of Flash, so it was important to me to do something different, and the right Flash I haven't written before. So when I offered to work with Jess, I totally went for it and really fell in love with writing all the characters or writing their relationship with Andy in particular. There was one other thing that unlocked the stuff in my head. The writing... Wait, what? What's in my head? For writing the whole cast. It was writing that scene with them in issue 1. It's funny that script went through a lot of changes, but that scene never changed. That scene always stayed. Partially because I think a lot of stuff came around that interaction between 2 of them. They really helped me build out a lot of the interaction with the rest of the cast. That being said, I have a plan for the DCU, a plan for all this stuff in Infinite Frontier. Jess is definitely part of that plan. Okay, so apparently Jess is part of that plan. I get killed quick. You know what? Fine. Go for it. Let's have it into more DC universe. And honestly, I have all the new Flash characters. She's the Ball Engine character. Granted, non-binary, so I might be in the ball right now, but I don't give a damn about that crap. But the fact remains, I don't care about the tell you the truth. Not bad characters, just not that into me. I'm more into more war with my Flash and his kids, but look at you. There's more. That's going to take some time though. Just warning you, we planned so far in advance now. I was talking to the editors and James last week about stuff. It's wild to have a conversation with somebody talking to the editor. I mean, James and I have been doing this for a long time. When you look at Death Metal, there's a Secret Origin issue that was bound in the last versus Superboy Prime. That came from conversation Scott James and I had in May 2018. It was a long time ago we started talking about the things. They were still in that zone. With like James and I particularly now talking about things. He was asking me a question about something that happened in last week of March 2022. Like, that is kind of where our heads are on some plays. So some of the things are going to take time to get there, but I think people will be happy with some of it. Then again, Infinite Frontier always has a bunch of cool supply and really big moments in it. So I think when people see that they're going to see the direction we're heading, you're going to start seeing some of those cool things come together. I think it will take some time for some stuff, but there's a lot of things that are really fun and coming immediately that we definitely want to focus on trying to make people happy with some cool stuff DCU. I wish them luck, I really do, but honestly, given that I've tried DC, I just can't trust it at all. I'm sorry. There's more. One of the biggest moments that Infinite Frontier cheated about DCU. That's so tough. I feel as though people are going to react to things differently. I think the scene with the Flash family is a important scene that will make people happy. Oh, I sure hope so. I really do. But the Flash family gone through shit after shit for the past like 2 years. Or 3 years. I lost count. No point. Like, I want the family to be happy, damn it. Well, I want to be happy. need more. The documentary period will have a really big moment in it that will make people happy. So those are the moments that I think are going to be big moments that are getting people excited. I think the stuff James had, the Scott chapter, will make people happy. One of the things that comes up in this theme of anything is possible now, and it actually means something to us too. About this idea that the DCU feels unpredictable at this point, right? And I think we are trying new things and trying different stuff. If you look at Future State, you can see all this exciting new talent coming in, how important this stuff is for Infinite Frontier. And to keep that ball going, to bring in all this really cool stuff going forward. Yeah, about this idea. The fight of the Future State, horrible. Forget that, that is good. That stuff exists. I don't give it that crap. No, don't go with that idea. Please. Don't consider Future Flash, the whole idea. Future Shazam, just a mess. Future Jackie, okay, if Future Jackie made the best one out of all the Future book after it's like new different thing and actually fun. But everything else is at the clusterfuck. I'm sorry, I just can't honestly trust Future State. Future is a future that makes no fucking sense. It's a mess. There's more. Now, narratively, the idea of anything possible, the scene where Wonder Woman and Spectre talk about, Spectre says it, there could be infinite wonder, but she said there could also be an infinite terror. That cost of what the hell talking to with Wonder Woman. I think that will be such a big deal throughout the story. I think that will be one of the biggest moments when we get to the ending that John Mayer did. Yep. I think that this stuff that'll probably be the bigger, like the ending, the epilogue scene. I think it'll be a big deal because it ties into the idea that they're having some kind of cost for bringing all that stuff back when untying the knots. For resetting the timeline, for resetting the multiverse, there has to be some kind of cost. Once you see what the cost is, I think that'll be a big moment. Okay, what does that mean? That seems confusing. Oh I'm lost. I don't know what this means. There's more. Yeah, we're at the final stretch. Cat Art said it, quote, this book is about looking toward the future. What if some future plans you have at DC I can see? I'm currently working on 5 projects for DC right now. They're going to be gradually getting announced. I think another one will be announced in like a month or 2. Some stuff that tied into Infinite Frontier, some stuff that tied into something, and we have for Damien and the Bat books. But I'm doing a lot, and I'm really happy. One of the books I'm actually finished writing right now. Kind of a weird feeling to be working on something and I'll be done writing it before it gets announced. Because I'm that far ahead of it. That's something I'm working on that I'm really excited about. Everything I'm doing right now, I feel like I'm having a lot of fun with. But obviously, I think when Infinite Frontier H0 comes out, it'll be really clear what I'm working on next. Yep. And nothing any article in the show. But Infinite Frontier is doing a lot of DC universe, and some is good, some is weird, and some I'm just so confused and lost. What the hell is going on DC? I'm so confused. Yep. And nothing article in the show. Item. My bottle. As you all know, I have DCU on my favorite all the time. It's great, it's awesome, badass, and it's cool universe. However, I have always, did you even count to play, I think, ever since the end of Death Metal? Heck. Yeah, because I feel like that Death Metal, everything I did would make a lot more sense. Everything I did would be all clear. But it seemed to me that by that Death Metal, everything was confusing, and I'm so lost. Like, what the hell is even happening anymore? Like, I'm confused. So I'm going straight. So Infinite Frontier picks up after the Death Metal, by the end of Death Metal, with all the new changes happening, and apparently Infinite Frontier is going to deal with the consequences of what the hell happened to Wonder Woman. Meaning that by the end of Death Metal, we're going to have a new multiverse, but that is true. But if everything's canon, then what? I'm so lost. It is so confusing. Even trying to read the interview, I feel so confused. Look, I love Dr. Wayne. Dr. Wayne all the time. I always go on my favorite Flash one. That Flash one was fantastic and amazing. However, the one that I didn't like wanted been treated like garbage, but that's never good words. No. That's because of bullshit by crap. But he's gone now, so I can't blame him anymore. But you ain't points. And I should have know what he's doing. I respect the guy. But honestly, like reading all this, I just felt even more confused and lost. And let me get it straight. So Imminent Frontier is going to do 12 chapters, and I'm not basically rebirth that there was one story. This will be kind of like cramming after other creators, and kind of be a complete clusterfuck when it happened. Like, call me crazy, call me insane, but Rebirth might have felt more a better story and well execute more plan because it was one way. It was Geoff Johns, and Geoff Johns made Rebirth great because he had a plan. And that plan worked. That plan was successful. It made sense because it gave a good story. I didn't bother for Rebirth might succeed because, well, it gave out the great story again. We got super out of it all the time. Like, Doom the God is a great story. Look at Doom the God. Doom the God was still a good story, even though it got the creative bullshit, even the deal's crap. But you know the point. Doom the great story. And the Art of Superman and Rebirth stuff by Tomasi and Akira by Denjo. At any point. Rebirth was successful because it had one great story and one great plan, and then had a lot of creators cramming their own ideas. But Imminent Frontiers had more and more like a carbon Rebirth, but like Rebirth, it just felt like a bit crushed about what didn't happen. I'm so confused. What the hell isn't happening anymore? Oh, this sounds like a bit mess. Now, don't misunderstand me. The 12 chapters for what we got does sound interesting in theory. I'm just worried about more with the execution of it. That's what I'm worried about the most, because honestly, we all know certain creator cannot be trusted. In fact, one creator I know actually by implement with his Conway Bendis. Heck. Because there's one guy that I don't trust and don't have to handle anything after Conway is Bendis. Bendis Conway is a from the very beginning. I don't know if it's been horrible. Naomi was an okay story, in my opinion. It was good character, had to low, but Young Justice was bad. Superman was a crud, but you might point down in the Superman. He ended up with a garbage. He's really horrible, and he destroyed my favorite point down in the ended up with a garbage. He destroyed Superman, my favorite team, and I don't trust Bendis. I'm sorry, Bendis might have been horrible. The past 25 years of horrible and garbage, and I don't trust the guy here in Justice League. The fact that he had a part of Imminent Frontier worried me because I don't trust him. I don't think he can handle it after the project. He may have any bad with he was reading. He may have any bad with the Imminent Frontier stuff. I don't understand. I don't hate the guy after the person. I know the guy is a nice guy and we love. I do want to meet someday in the future. I do want to talk to him today, but also, I just don't trust Bendis at all. Energetically great, and I don't have John Sherman all do Imminent Frontier great. You know, I hit chapter I mean, the one I work with the most because he got messed everything up again because the guy didn't give it out of continuity. Oh, that was our story, but also made no funny time points. Point is, I don't trust Bendis at all. I don't think he can handle after the Justice League. I don't think he can handle after the indie these days. I think the guy needs to go by the indie stuff. But then again, he's kind of up on me, so who knows what could happen. All I know about was his Imminent Frontier chapter, I'm probably going to skip it, but I don't trust the man at all. But we'll see how that turns out. But as far as Imminent Frontier concerned, I kind of this thing, okay. Some of it sounds cool, some of it sounds weird, some of it sounds off. But honestly, I don't know if you guys know. I'm excited with it, but I've been burned so many times with DC with the past like couple of years that I just don't trust any kind of DC eggs. We're sad, but why did you see that fail? Heck. Because, you know, honestly, if it wasn't even the army that could succeed, you know, I think that could talk with your ATD unit. And like Marvel, you know, I think DC had the high-law character that, or not in the basically more, that has integrated storage again. And my personal Sunny could have been at the Mitchell Battery. What have been really bad for the past like couple of years, well, actually a decade at this point. And what we need is the love, damn it. You know what, I didn't know Flash book. It's probably be a Flash, damn it. You know the point. It's the way you might survive DC, and I think we need more. I think to get their own stories. Stop basically like ruining this character. Let's get evolved, damn it. But like I said before, we don't know what's gonna happen with Imminent Frontier. In this article, I don't give some information. It just was showing more questions. Make my head explode because I am so lost. I don't know what's going on with this thing. And the fact that that future statement was already in plan also led to some questions. But wait, let me get straight. So you're saying future state would already have to in place before Imminent Frontier would even announce. Meaning that future state would always be a stopgap and it would always be 5G. You know that 5G, that stupid all even been the deal? Of course it is, because future state was that idea. So what the point of doing future state again into the stock? I mean, it's all pointless. Heck. Because the future state want me to feel like a waste of time. It's a stopgap. It means nothing. It feels nothing. And be like a waste of time. And my personal opinion, we don't need future state. We're not gonna deal with it and not do anything in the future. They're gonna do possible future. It don't matter. So fuck it, let's just go with you saying and not deal with it. Like, what the point doing if you just take a stock out before after but much? It feels me if you say more, I think more last minute basically rewrite than after a story. Actually, there ain't no story. It's just different characters doing different adventures and you my point. If you just crack the fuck and just feel a waste of time in my opinion. One might you just skip, you just says it way too much. The one good video about or the Tim Drake book, the Y'all 4 book, Judge's book, and that's it. Other book you can just skip because they're not necessary to you. Well, okay, the Fair King John one might be in the former instant one because that too was but again that's it does do Superman, but not really your point. Point if you did a mixed bag, you just crack the fuck and you just skip it. And if you say a right thing it means nothing, then that means it's a waste of time. It feels pointless in the long run, it doesn't even matter. But apparently that this thing was always planned, but it was planned at the last minute before Infinite even started. Means waste of time. Like, see what I mean? It's just a clusterfuck. Now, what's the attitude to the whole Alan Scott and all the other characters? Okay, the whole Prince of seeing Jade and Booby, that I am glad that they're in this book. I'm glad that again some after looking at it all these years. That's good. But I want to run sure it for Booby and Booster Gold. Because if they're gonna have like book coming in 2021, then that means this may finally open the door for Jaime Reyes to finally get his own series again. Because honestly, Jaime Reyes had a great character and Zed at a shot in the arm damage. Then one character needed a shot at the get on series again. It's Jaime Reyes. Yeah, because one character that's zero on series again is Jaime Reyes. Jaime Reyes is a great character. I want him out on series again, damn it. Let Jaime Reyes breathe. I know what people say. Tell you, we have Ted Core on the cover. Isn't Ted Core when he figured had in DC? I think I want Ted Core down on the title. Here's the thing. Ted Core is a cool character. I like Ted Core, but honestly, I good Jaime Reyes. Jaime Reyes is my Blue Beetle. And honestly, I like him have his own series than Ted Core. But maybe that's just me. Maybe it's my opinion. I grew up more Jaime Reyes than Ted Core. But I didn't take it to cool character, so it's either I'm gonna see it with Booster Gold, that's cool, that's fine, but come on, with Jaime Reyes have a shot then. Let I don't see it again. What? Don't mistreat, don't mistreat, just let him breathe, damn it, like Wally West. But that's it all together. My point is that for Jaime Reyes concerned, we'll see how that turns out. Now I for Jay and Obsidian and my hope for them, you know, just open the door for a GSA book, because honestly, we need a GSA book. We haven't had a GSA book in a very long time. And it drives me insane if we haven't got a GSA book. Like, for fuck's sake, DZ, what did GSA breathe? There's no title, Danny. You've been seeing them for years, and you're not using them for giant shit. You take them in Doomsday Cross, but you're not using them. Let the GSA have their own title. If there's one book that's the GSA, let them have their own book, damn it. What? For God's sake, DC, the GSA are one of the best teams in the DC universe. They just don't book, damn it. And no, I'm not. But they're old character. Like, but guilty. What the? Like new character? No, the GSA are huge back in DC universe, and they need to be used, damn it. Let them have their own book. They had their own book before in the early 2000s, and they have their book again just a years later. Let them have their own book. Fuck the Infinite because if you're doing GSA, let them have their own series. Now, do I think we will get a new GSA book with the Infinite Frontier? Honestly, I have no idea. But if Johnny Wayne saying it's true, then I'm hoping this means we probably get a new GSA book. That's the thing I want to have, and a lot of people want to have, and let it happen. Just give it a GSA book, please. For God's sake, let it happen. Make it happen, damn it. But for everything coming in Infinite Frontier, I don't know. Half it sounds cool, half it sounds weird, and half it just sounds kind of all over the place. I'm excited about it, I really do, but honestly, after being burned by DC, I don't know how many times, I just do not feel this at all. Like, I'm excited about this, but I just been burned so much at the moment saying, I just do not feel this at all. Some of it sounds cool, some of it is weird, it just sounds kind of cluttered for I tell you the truth. But what I said for, until we more infinite about this to figure out what's the thing, let's just hope for best, plan for worse, and pray that God it didn't get horrible. But until then, we'll wish it happens. But anywho, what time about? Hey, now we get to read some of DC again, so that's good news, yay. And as far as the Flashbang concerned, okay, here's my hope on that. My hope in that Flash scene they're talking about the Wild West stuff. You just think I want to have in David Why would you say they don't Flash book? No, Flash book, damn it! But I'm talking more infinite about that. Oh, what's the wish happens? But here's the thing. If there's one book I want to come back besides obviously, you know, I'm talking Super Gen book. I want to work with that Flash book, damn it. Actually, what am I saying? Hit, great idea, DC. Have Wild West at his key at the team at the Super Sens. Heck. Because there's one character that I don't see it's Wild West. Wild West, my Flash. I know, I'm not gonna say, but no! Wild West over the Flash, and one character that his own side is Wild West. Give Wild West his own book, damn it! But that's just like find out that crap. No, look at that. Other than that, having that thing is a stupid idea, the go idea. Give Wild West his own Flash book, damn it! And I haven't said it today. Wild West in the Flash book. Okay, that's a great idea. But Wild West and Kid had to team up with the Super Saiyan. If we have John back 10 or so and team up with Damon Wayne, then we can have them and team up with Wild West kids. That would be a fun book. Make it happen. For God's sake, make it happen for one DC, please. But that's another topic. I'll probably do a separate video on a Wild West stuff eventually. So save it out from it. So why matters, or another video why the Super Sensitive team with Wild West Flash and his kids. That'll be a fun story. Make it happen. And bottom of points. As far as that Flash scene is concerned, we'll see how that turns out. As for everything I got Infinite Frontier, man, I'm intrigued about the next side, but I'm always splendid. Part of me is excited, I'm probably worried already. I don't want it in the ball, I think that pages. But like I said before, I'm talking more informative, what's the thing? Let's just hope for the best, plan for the worst, play out. God, it turned to be good or horrible. But until then, it was Wish Chance. But anywho, I talk about. I think that's all right. I am. Alex Abbott, Infinite Frontier coming out this March. I'm intrigued about excited, but I'm more splendid. Part of me excited about it for the popularity, and not probably worried because I don't want them to bore me in their faces. But then again, I've been burnt on my DC. I'm just cautiously optimistic. I want to be excited about it, but after a particular year of bullshit and being lied and manipulated too, I'm just particularly burnt out. I'm only gonna one more chance and then I'll fuck it up. But until then, it was Wish Chance. But anywho, I talk about this part. Don't wait for how did you change Infinite Frontier? Please comment number 2 by the ancient age. Do you like it to read it? Also, how much did you Infinite Frontier? What did you have after with DG as a whole? Please comment number. Also like my video on Twitter. Please subscribe my channel for superstars. Please hit the bell icon. You have a long story. Do what you can. It's all long live DC. Woo, see ya. Bye, DC. Don't fuck this up. Woo, see ya. Bye, long DC. See ya. Bye.